Thank you guys for tuning in again. If you're new here, this is a classic car channel. We're a shop up in Michigan. We buy, sell, trade, and do a little bit of fixing up too along the way. This is our 68 Chevelle SS. It's packed a 427 under the hood, and it's kind of built. Let's go for a little drive. All right, our radio works awesome. It comes through super clear. Speakers in the back sound great. This is a car, once you wake it up, you just throw it in and go. I forgot I was even driving a classic here a second ago. It's just smooth like that. Brakes feel very good. We got disc all the way around, and however they got this proportioning valve set up, feels awesome. It doesn't dip any which way. And our 700 R4, this thing shifts like a dream. So we got 3-speed and then the overdrive, which is really handy when you're trying to cruise this thing and maybe go down the highway, which you probably couldn't do so well or at a high speed in your factory turbo 350 or turbo 400. So I'm digging that. The gauges are working downstairs. It's a cool day today, maybe 75 degrees. Car ain't getting hot. Our speedo working very well. And what's fun about these staple shifters, I'm leaving in third here and it'll figure itself out, you know, but you can jump from one, ride it out to the limiter and bang two, and really get everything out of this 427 if you were trying to get somewhere in a hurry. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You can almost watch the fuel gauge dip. This is a fun car. Our steering, like a dream, and I'm thankful for all this upgraded suspension this car has. Big sway bars, tubular upper and lower control arms. It's very tight into the corners, and it just feels planted for an old car riding on 15-inch wheels. You could really send this thing around the turn at 50 miles an hour like we just did. Alright. It's always tempting to get overzealous, but before I pop this hood, our grille, our chrome, the beauty lenses around the headlights, everything is 10 out of 10. This is borderline show condition. I mean, the bright work, the polish on the paint, the fitting of all these body panels, it's really off the charts. Now I'm gonna drop your jaw here. Check this out. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Candy, candy. Gosh, yeah, this is like a 427 went to the jewelry store. This thing is crazy. Everything is chrome plated or polished. We'll start right over here on the right hand side. We got a polished brake booster, and this is a hydraboost setup, so you never have to worry about vacuum interrupting your power brake assistance. We even have a polished power steering pump down there. Look at that thing. Tough stuff it says on it. Our pulleys, of course, those got to be polished. Our water pump, our alternator. Nothing got missed here. Now this iron big block has been painted with the silver finish, and the edlebrock intake manifold polished. The Chevrolet valve cover is polished. The air cleaner, the carburetor, the whole nine. Everything matches this whole scheme. Even the wire separators are all polished goodies. We got polished ARP hardware holding on our headers. That's slick stuff. Behind this lovely polished piece here, damn, I'm saying polished a lot, we have an aluminum radiator. This is very slick because it's got the electric fans on it, so it's one, not losing the parasitic loss to the crankshaft, and you can sit in traffic, RPMs don't matter, it's going to be pulling as hard as it can be at all times. And some other attention to detail. I know everything's bright and shiny all over. That's stainless steel hardware. The chrome plated stuff is a little bit cheaper, but hey, we're here doing it. let's ball out and get the stainless. We don't want this to ever rust. So I think a couple of those small details tells you a bit about the quality through and through, even though we're not going to cover every single inch here in this video. Last but not least, look at that striker. Oh yeah, more stainless hardware. Very slick paint job on this too. And the stripes, if you're wondering, those are buried in the clear. You cannot feel those at all. Now let's carry down the side of this car. You got a 427 badge there with their side marker light. Brand new set of Cragers wrapped in some BFGs. These are a 15-inch wheel, and they're wrapped in a 215/65 R15, of course, but disc brakes behind there. We're actually riding on tubular control arms, upper and lowers. That's components from CPP. If you get up underneath this thing, you see the frame's been blasted and coated. It looks absolutely stunning, as does the rest of this car. Very nice gaps. No pitting to be found on any of the bright work around this car. And here's a little bit more meat out back for us so we can put some of this 427 power down to the pavement. It's a 255/60 R15, and we have disc brakes out back as well. And our calipers are finished in a red paint. It's a pretty slick look. All our badges are bright work here. I mean, it's one, to be nice and shiny, but two, just everything fits so evenly. The gaps are consistent everywhere. Not just the deck lid, but the trim, the headlights, or the taillights, I mean. This is a stout looking car. Easy as pie. What do you know? They didn't forget about the trunk. They took this to the next level too. All closed out. This probably helps a little bit with road noise inside of the car here, but I'd feel comfortable throwing some golf clubs in here. Or you're not gonna worry about something sliding into your quarter, giving you an Audi or anything. Very clean, a red bow tie, very fitting. Seal is nice and plush. Quarters are in there very good and well. See some part numbers up here. Slick car. Have to close that with just a little bit of intention, but lines up nice, sits down in there very well too. Now on the passenger side, we got all sorts of things to boast about, just like we did on the driver. The finish is near show quality. There's not blemishes to speak of. I want to talk to you a little bit about the vinyl top on this car. I mean, we got bragging points all the way around this. Trim sits in flush, it's holding firm, and the top is tight. This was recently redone. It shows very, very well. When they do this, they have the glass on these cars, and it doesn't look like any corners were cut. Now, the doors open beautifully, and here we are complemented with some beautiful door cards. How about that? These are your factory pieces. Got our couple window cranks. All the fasteners are here holding it in nice and firm. From what I could tell going around this car, the glass is all original with the exception of a new windshield. Everything looks to be day coated right. Coming inside, we got the buckets with the console. Dig it. These have definitely been redone, as well as, probably at the same time they did the rest of the car. Our console is a new piece. I love the staple shifter. And we got a really, really nice 3-spoke wheel here with the brushed finish. Tilt column, which is pretty trick. A couple of light poles and air vents. You see we got 70,000 miles on the clock. Generally, I see a couple of things. If the car's been restored, they set them back to 0, or if they're original miles, they leave them alone. So my guess is this probably has 70,000 on the body. Now, come over here, we got an analog clock, a fuel gauge, alternator warning light, oil pressure warning light, and a coolant temp warning light. So not too exact of readings coming out of any of those. So we got some Stewart Warner gauges mounted down here. That's a really slick style looking gauge and almost has a factory appearance. That covers our oil pressure and our coolant temp down to the degree. Now we've got our heater controls right here, and then we have a retro sound radio. This was a factory AC car. It is not currently equipped with AC. Ashtray looks very good. Gonna climb in here. I'll show you. It's our instruction manual for the retro sound unit. All right, so up back now. We got seat belts for both our passengers. The seats are in good shape. You're not going to find any tears or any splitting anywhere in the piping. Window cranks for our rear windows, ashtrays for both passengers, dual set of speakers up in the package tray, and headliner, rear window seal, everything looks very good and tight. And our dome light is functional. Last but not least, the slick set of visors. These look like they might be the originals. Very cool. Hey guys, thanks for checking out this video. We're just about wrapped up, but a couple of points on it. Plenty of power, all the sex appeal, and it's done. This cart doesn't need a thing. It's checked the boxes, ready for a new home. So if you think that might be you, or you think you want to know more about it, check out the link we put in the description of our videos. Go over to the listing, because this thing is for sale. You'll see all the pictures and a write-up breaking down all the parts, all the Go Fast goodies. Everything you could want to know will be there. And last but not least, feel free to dial us up and it's 248-714-2110. Thank you guys. Like and subscribe while you're down there clicking. We look forward to seeing you in the next video soon.